Okay, so for this part you'll need a piece of fabric and your little basket and a pencil of some sort. I would recommend using a pencil, not a pen or a marker, because it's gonna be visible through the fabric and you don't want that. This is a mechanical pencil, but it works. And you're just gonna mark put a little dot in all of the four corners, as close to the box as possible. So I don't know if you can tell, probably not, but there are like 4 little dots. And then really all you're gonna do now is just take your ruler and make a little cross pattern. Like there is a dot there and there's a dot there, and you're just gonna make a line that connects them. And same goes for the one on top, like this, and this way. Like that. So you have this little cross pattern. Then we'll take your little basket and measure out the height around here, and also over here. Oops, sorry. And do the same like that. And here. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do, I don't know if you can see, but the lines are here, so like that. And then I'm gonna add another centimeter to this, because you want to have a little extra to fold over and also to fold in like that, so the edges will be neat. So yeah. Add a centimeter. Yeah. Like that. So just add another centimeter like this to all the other pieces, and I will be right back when I've done that. So you've added a centimeter and it should look something like this. So all that's left now is to cut it out. And I would suggest leaving for the edge here, for all these edges here, leaving, I don't know how to explain, but like, just a second, like this, towards the top here, you'll add just another millimeter, and then cut like from this corner, but let it taper out a little, just a tiny little bit, just a millimeter, and maybe just on these big flaps and not on the smaller ones, because I think that if you just cut straight up, the fit might be just a tiny little too tight. This one has that extra little millimeter, but I've made a few that if you don't give it just a tiny little bit, it just becomes really tight, and it looks forced on there, and it doesn't look as good. So just for the 2 bigger flaps, or maybe for the small ones, you can experiment a little, add just a millimeter and cut there all the way to there. Okay, so I cut out the little piece, and as you can see, there is like a little extra at the flaps. And what I'm gonna do now is just fold it over like, I don't know how to fold it up like that. So fold one of the smaller ends up against one of the bigger flaps, and make sure that the seam line will be on the same side as the pencil lines, so that you won't see them. And then you're just gonna sew a line right here, and do that for 3 of the sides. So I'll do that. So I've sewn the 3 sides together and it just looks like that. This is going to be the inside. And then what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna iron these seams flat. See if I can separate them. But iron them flat like that, all 3 of them. Yeah, so I'll be back. So I have ironed down all of the edges so they're flat and it will be neat. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna fold this down just a tiny bit like this. You can actually line it up with the line that you made for the extra centimeter. Maybe a little less, maybe you might not go all the way down to the line, but close enough. And just iron this down and sew it all the way around, and I'll be back. I forgot to mention, before you sew it in place, you want to sew this corner together. So I have ironed it down, and you're just gonna place them together like this and fold these up and sew down this line here. So after you've sewn these together, fold this down again, these sides, and just press them in place or iron them once more, and then you can start sewing around. So I've sewn the edges down. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, but they're sewn down, and the only thing that's left to do now is just to figure out if it fits or not. And this is always the exciting part, because you may have made it too big or too small. I mean the fabric part. But just put it in there and try to fit it around. And this one seems to have turned out okay. Light, but there you go. And that's it. You can glue it down if you want, but I'm just gonna leave it like this. And it looks really cute with a little doll. She approves. Wait. Okay, so that's how you make these little baskets. So yeah, that's everything. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!